right now I have my legs crossed. I could do this for a few seconds. I could make myself have an orgasm. It's like,
now I know why. So the piercings are probably like helping a lot.
it's like the best $58 I ever spent. Yeah.
Now I want one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree. Welcome to the Keeping It Casual podcast.
I'm married. I'm a mom, so I get it.
And Lord save me, because I am dating.
We're more than just a sex-positive dating and relationship podcast.
We want to share the perspectives on every kind of relationship while giving a voice to our listeners.
Plus tons of tips to boss up your life.
And sex life.
Your Vegas girls are here for you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
This week, we would love to welcome a total babe who is not only funny, but she can make all of your hair dreams come true.
She's an actress and has traveled all over the country performing stand-up, and we get to snatch her up right here in Las Vegas.
And we feel so honored between all of her gigs, she found time to spend with us. Please welcome comedian, actress, and hairstylist, Angie Crow.
Thank you.
Pew, pew, pew.
So good to be here. Yes.
She walked in the room and Bree goes, boy, does she come in hot with that BDE or what?
She does. She came in. I was like, what? And then she goes, I've got some Tito and rock stars in my car. And MJ just looked at her like, I'm in love with you.
Speaking my love language.
I always tell
was
people, walk with confidence, roll those shoulders back and put your head
true.
up.
We actually had a guest who told us every time you enter a room, walk with confidence and enter it slowly. She's a burlesque dancer. And she was do the slow entrance. She's like, no man will resist you.
And nipples first, always.
Nipples first, always.
Yeah, I love that.
I always tell people, always have a look on your face like you know something that they don't know.
Ooh, I like that.
Like,
just
yeah.
have that, like, I'm smarter than you look.
Yep.
But you
I
know
know
what?
something you don't know.
You probably do know something I don't know, so that's okay.
It works
All right.
it's worked most of my life, so.
Angie, with doing all these different things, how do you balance all these titles you have going on?
I don't fucking know. It just kind of works. It's like okay, I only do hair 1 week a month, and then I have the other 3 weeks to do everything else. That started 6 years ago. I moved to Los Angeles. I would come back and do hair 1 week a month, and then while I was here, I would do gigs.
Okay.
So that worked out for the whole Las Vegas thing, and then I'd go back to LA and do more gigs, acting, and then travel to wherever else and do stand-up where I was booked and stuff like that.
Can you tell us a little bit about your first open mic experience? You've been doing comedy for 12 years now, something like that?
Almost 12
years. So tell us about your first open mic.
Actually, when I first started doing stand-up, the first 3 times I did it, I emceed shows.
Oh.
I didn't even do open mics. I emceed 3 shows.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
That is.
And so, and then from there, a guy reached out to me and said, I've been wanting to do an open mic at this little tiny bar called Meatheads on Charleston and Decatur. It's not there anymore. So me and my friend Miracle, she's the one that took me under her wing, taught me how to do stand-up.
I know a girl named Miracle.
Her name's Miracle Speakman.
I don't know her last name.
Oh, okay.
Crystally blue eyes.
I think Miracle
red
has
hair.
blue eyes. Yeah, she
was a stripper.
Oh, no.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I only knew one other Miracle.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
This is her real name, though.
Okay. Yeah. Hers too.
Oh, really? Oh,
She had
okay.
her real stripper name was like Tanya.
Her stripper name is actually like a boring name.
Yeah, totally.
Welcome to the stage,
But yeah, so
Tanya.
Miracle took me under her wing, taught me how to do stand-up. But yeah, the first 3 shows we did together, I actually emceed. And then this guy reached out and said, I've been wanting to do this open mic at my little bar, Meatheads. So we started doing open mics, hosting them or whatever. And we created a thing called Mange Comedy, Miracle and Angie, Mange.
Okay.
We said, comedy's so dirty it'll make you itch. So anybody watching this, if you've been around long enough to remember Mange Comedy, then you've been in Vegas a long ass time.
I love it.
So my first open mic was actually one that we were running. At that point, I was terrified, and I would get just drunk enough that I wasn't slurring my words for like the first year and a half.
Get that nice buzz.
And yeah, it's like because I was terrified of public speaking, but I wanted to do comedy so bad. It's like, and then eventually, you get over the nerves. You get over the nerves.
Well, the hosting and the emceeing, I could see how that'd be
Yeah.
a great to warm it up. And then you start seeing all these like terrible open mic you see a lot. That's kind of like, well, if this fucking guy did it, I can do it.
Well, and it also turns you into an alcoholic because back then there was only like a small amount of people signing up and they were telling the same shit over and over. It's like definition
Back
of
to
insanity.
Texas.
Yeah. And then I finally got to the point I go, if you guys don't at least write one new joke, I go, I don't care if it bombs. I was like, if you guys don't at least write one new joke, I'm not letting you go on stage.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And that's interesting because you like imagine touring the country and stuff, and these comedians, you have to have like kind of a set, right? And then you've got to like deliver that same punchline over and over and hope that it resonates, or just like trying to deliver that energy, right?
One of the arts is reading the room, I would say.
Well, the thing is like the ones that tour the country are paid comics. The ones that are coming to the open mic were open micers. I mean, they're people, I mean, back then it was just people trying to be comics, and you know what I mean? Like, or people that were just barely breaking through, and you know what I mean? It's like, so.
Surprised me.
Yeah, it was just.
Same shit every
But then it started building more, and we were starting to get more people, and then we eventually added a second night. And yeah, so I mean, it got better and better, and so did I. You know, it's like, because I was just as bad as it. But also, like, emceeing your own show, it's like you're actually the first comic that goes up every night and breaking the ice. And so it was kind of nice. It's like you throw yourself out there and you're like swim or sink.
That's one of the things I've always admired about comedians, because you have to be vulnerable and funny and throw yourself out there every single night. And it's just like, do I want to be that vulnerable to people all the time? No.
Yeah.
Well, it's incredible when you can do what you love and actually create opportunity for other people. I think that's what we love doing too. You know, like.
Well, and the other cool thing is like you watch people come in and sign up for the first time. Like that room popped a lot of the local cherries. You know, I think it was over 6 years that we had that room going. It was cool to watch people come in, sign up for the first time, and then watch them blossom over the years and watch them turn into these fucking amazing comedians. You know, they grow and grow and grow, and now I see them performing all over the place. And then you see other ones, you're like, you're still a shitty comedian.
Your mom needs to stop telling you how funny you are.
I'm like, you're doing stand-up, but that ain't fucking comedy. You need to quit.
Before we get into some more, I have a question, all right?
Okay.
So I recently heard a little story that you and Bree found out you're Eskimo sisters.
Oh, God. We're not saying any names.
We're not saying names.
Have you ever ran into that situation before? Maybe in the comedy world because it's very small.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, I just remembered somebody else. Yeah. Yeah, I have.
It was funny because I texted her after we found out we were Eskimo sisters. I was like, what about this one? And she's like, nope. But I was like, all right, we're not double Eskimo sisters then.
Yeah, we're not doing, what would we call that? Like a...
Double penetrative Eskimo sisters?
Or like, we should call it like a Klondike or something.
Fantastic. We haven't done a Klondike
What
yet.
would you do for a Klondike?
The Klondike. Oh my God, you nailed it. Okay, all right. So Angie, we're gonna get into the getting to know you game, but before we do that, I know we'll give your socials and everywhere to connect at the end, but so they can follow along right now. Where can they find you on Instagram?
At Crumb Shots, KRUM Shots, all one word.
Yeah.
And just Angie Crumb on Facebook. Fan page, I don't use it, but people go there and...
I never use my fan page either.
Do you use Facebook?
I use Facebook and Instagram. I use them both equally the same.
All right.
Good for you.
Because with fans in comedy, the older generation still uses Facebook.
Yeah.
And with my age being 42, it's like I have older and younger, so it's like I do use Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
41, yes. So,
So it's like I have the older, younger. So yeah, I use everything
have
I
my
post on
Facebook.
Facebook. I post the exact same shit on Instagram.
Exactly. It's just it's kind of that leveraging one. So we're gonna kick off the getting to know you game. Then we'll get into more of a little sex and relationship.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right. So if you came with a warning label, what would it say? She's like laughing before she even said anything.
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous may stain your clothes.
Dangerously spontaneous.
In parentheses, may combust.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. All right, we're making the t-shirts. Okay.
What is one of the songs you like to play when you're when you're walking on stage? Like, what's your go-to song?
Oh, the song. Okay, they call me the dirty girl of comedy. I never gave myself that name. That name was given to me years ago.
Dirty?
So Nasty Girl by Vanity Six is
Love
the song
it.
that always got played for me, and it still gets played for me.
Yes.
I think I know the song title.
Yes, Nasty Girl.
You know,
yes,
you know
I
that
love
song,
it.
Tonight, living in a
Fantasy
fantasy
world.
my
Your own little nasty girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, every guest episode we named it after a song title, so that's
Yes.
gonna be
Okay, yeah,
Perfect.
you've already
done it.
Thank you. It's already sold out.
Unless something else unfolds. Okay, if your birthday was a national holiday, how would you expect it to be celebrated?
Well, my birthday falls on Labor Day a lot of the time. Well, I
that's
expect
Labor Day.
everybody everybody to have the day off, which a lot of the times they do.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of presents, lots of celebrating. I want to be put on a pedestal. I want lots of money.
You just want to be on like a stack of money.
It's like they need to have basically a Mardi Gras type celebration for me.
That Katy Perry cake from the MTV thing.
Yeah, you know, like I want men fanning me with the palm leaves and feeding me grapes.
Yes.
You know.
This is beautiful. I love this birthday celebration.
She owns the month. I love it that her birthday is on a national.
Yeah, I'm like
Fantastic.
every 7 years? Yeah, my birthday.
So we're
falls
just
on
gonna call
Labor
it
Day.
Angie Day instead of Labor Day now, guys.
Yeah, every time I see something that says, Monday, September 5th, we will be closed for Labor Day. I cross out Labor Day and I put Crumb's birthday.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
You guys, we're celebrating, and now you know how. We're gonna have to like print out massive dollar bills and just pile them up.
Right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Rocking for you.
All right.
So this is your thing.
Okay. Do you have a why did I date him story? Or why did I fuck him? Or why did I touch him? Or why did I give him my time of
Why
day?
did I talk to him?
Oh my God, you guys don't have enough time for these. So many of these.
Same, girl.
One
Same.
of your favorites that comes to mind.
Yes.
Let me try to think of one that's like really funny. Can we like skip to a
Circle
different
back?
question and come back to this
Yes,
one?
of course. We'll
And
circle
yeah.
back.
In a spontaneous hookup, do you prefer them to like stay and cuddle or leave right away?
Leave right away.
I knew you were get the fuck out of
Absolutely.
here kind of girl. Would you rather be with somebody who comes too quickly or who never made you come? Because if they come too quickly, at least they can still have some major oral skills, I think.
I know she said that. I was like, but if they come too quickly, are they still making you come?
And I was like,
Isn't it the same?
Yeah, I don't want somebody that comes too quickly because it's like, what was the point?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm one of those people that like I come really quick, but I like every 30 seconds I can have an orgasm. in
Good
every
Lord.
Position. Yeah,
I need your
I've been
G-spot.
very blessed, and so it's like if they come too quickly, it's like then we got a fucking problem.
So is that with foreplay or is that just like, I'm in the
depends on
mood,
the
it
person.
happens? Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the person, but I'm like, if you're coming too quickly, I'm like, then we have a problem because I come too quickly. So if they're coming too quickly,
Interesting.
Some of the best sex I ever had was with a guy who counted my orgasms because he needed me to have it enough before he could come because he like edged himself, and I was like, respect.
I just barely found out what edging was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm
I
like,
did
okay.
too.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and when I found out, I go, welcome to my life.
Right?
I was like, I've been that way my whole life. I was like, because I've just like always, I'm always horny, and so I'm like,
Yes.
oh, okay. I'm like, so I'm living on the edge.
So obviously.
Oh my God, another song title.
Right?
I'm like, is that what Aerosmith meant?
Probably.
Fuck it is. It's going to be fun. So many songs we can get in this episode to
right?
squeeze them in there. God, that reminds me of like Samantha Jones. She's like, I come every time. They're like, stop bragging. She's like, when I RSVP to a party, I make it my business to come.
People have always told me they're like, you're Samantha.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
kind of are a little Samantha.
Oh
Yes. I love
God!
it.
Side note: Sex and the City's having a reboot, and Samantha will not be joining.
I know. I'm
No,
not
I
for
heard
it.
that. I go, how are they gonna make that possible? Because Samantha
Is
was,
the iconic character.
Yeah, she is that sexual comedic.
Yeah.
$5 said they say like her cancer came back
And
and,
it
then
killed her.
her.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
That's probably what they're going to do.
That's terrible.
Lame.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I was just thinking that was kind of the only
I
thing.
heard that they were gonna say her cancer came back and it killed her.
It's because Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker hate
Don't get
each
along.
other.
Yeah.
Such a fucking
And so the
shame.
show was gonna fucking tank because I was like, then they should be able to say that like she's in another country and something else is going on.
Just in case they need to bring her back.
And they're like, no, they're gonna say that her character died.
She did. Oh, that
I bet you the first
sucks.
episode is like her funeral or something.
None of them have talked in 10 years, and they've all reunited for the funeral.
Lame.
There it
Yeah,
is.
something like that. Yeah.
And I swear to God, if Carrie and Big break up again,
Well, Aiden's back, so we'll see. It's
I can't do
happening.
it. I'm
I'm
sorry.
like, yeah,
Did
it's
they
like they
just
should
are they
just
just
leave it
gonna write
alone.
the same storylines over again?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm ready for it.
Ugh.
I don't know when it's happening, but I
yeah,
am
they can't
so
do it without
ready for it.
Samantha.
no, they can't.
No.
All right. Would you rather have sex with somebody that did baby talk or was a screamer?
Oh, a screamer. I actually hooked up with a guy one time because I love dirty talk. Dirty talk
Yeah,
is my favorite thing in
totally,
the world.
totally.
I talk about it on stage. I always tell guys to talk dirty to me. So this one guy, like that scene in Rocky where he goes, Adrian.
Yes.
So when this guy came, he goes, Angie.
Yes. You're like, say my name.
Yeah. He
that's
definitely did. I'm like, I think he
fantastic.
liked it.
I have this.
Song title number 3. Take a drink.
I have this guy. Oh, the British prick. But this is a funny moment in British prick history. He's one of our characters on the show. He was just
on our catfish episode.
Yeah.
So
he's a terrible human who lied to me about having a wife from me for our entire relationship.
How many of them are out there?
Exactly. So anyways, we were having sex one time, and my first tattoo is a tramp stamp, but it looks like the Aerosmith symbol with the A and the wings on it.
Oh, okay.
It's not that, but that's what it looks like. I was 17. I didn't know any better. So I have this tattoo, and I was telling him about it because I was like really insecure about it. And then like we're fucking, and he's doing me doggy style, and he starts going, I could stay awake just to hear you breathe.
You're like, is that your wedding song?
Oh, God.
Yeah, fucker. Anyways, so I told this story to our Eskimo brother. We'll call him, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I told him this story, and then he tried to pull that joke on me, and I was like,
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same flair when you do it.
Yeah.
No. No, you can't try to recreate how somebody else
Yeah.
No.
got fucked by somebody.
Yeah, right.
Fucking idiot. Guy's a fucking idiot.
Oh, God. You're out one night, and you're trying to avoid that whole life.
Like, you've been going out a lot, and you're like, I'm not going to sleep with anybody tonight, so I have tactics. It's either...
Are you more likely to wear granny panties to not get fucked or not shave your legs?
Oh, I'm more likely to just not shave my legs.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
can't
same.
wear granny panties.
Totally.
Yeah, no,
I know.
I can't wear those things.
And not only that, like the panty situation for me is like a guy doesn't have to see you in your panties. You can pull them down really quick when he's not paying attention.
You just like
Yeah.
take them off.
The few granny panties I have are sexy, and I only wear them when I'm on my period.
I was gonna say they're period panties.
They're period panties, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're sexy. They're lacy, you know.
The nuns, the undies looking ones.
The underoos?
Yeah, I stole like a pair of Chris's one time. I was like, I need these tonight.
I don't know. I have granny panties. I have no shame in my granny panty game, but they are my period panties.
But like having sex with like non-shaved legs is like a thing I don't want to put anybody through, and I don't feel confident. My legs ain't shaved. They ain't shaved right now, but you know I'm hanging out with you ladies. So
you're not
all
going to
good.
fuck right now. Well, and you've also been married for a bunch of years.
Oh,
so
but even with him, like if I know we're gonna be hanging out, like
if you know the tequila sex is happening.
I tell you what, it's like there's been so many nights where my friends are like, just come meet us. I'm like, I haven't shaved. My hair and makeup's not done. I've gotten laid so many of those nights. And men are just like, I just think it's so attractive that you're not even done up and you're just out.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
it's that confidence.
Yeah.
I'm like,
'Cause
you
she
want to
got
see
the-
my bush?
She got the big dick energy. That's why.
She does. Well, we had an episode a few weeks ago with Jake from the Guest List podcast, and we asked him that. Yeah, he's like, we don't fucking care. Maybe in the morning we have that second round, then we notice maybe, but we still don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, so I hooked up with this guy that, like, it's hard for me to shave down there on a, like, as soon as it starts growing out, if I shave again, it gives me the razor bumps.
Oh,
It
yeah.
fucking hurts. So I have to let it grow out a little bit, and then I shave again.
Sure.
Well, he starts giving me shit, and then I'm like, look at you. I'm like, your bush is so grown out that if we went to a nudist beach, it looked like you still had bottoms on.
You're like,
Give me shit about my bush when it looks like you haven't shaved in 2 fucking months.
yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
that's hilarious.
you have to still trim, gentlemen. You know?
I'm like, you look like you have a fucking Speedo bush on.
Men
you know?
do not shave at all.
Well, what do you think? Do you like it all shaved or do you like it groomed? But she obviously doesn't like a man bush.
Yeah, I don't
out
want
of
it
control.
completely bushed out, and I don't
No.
like it completely bald either.
Same. I'm the same way.
A little bit of stubble is just fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to know that I'm still fucking a man, not a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so weird because men are so disgusting and opposite. They're like, please get rid of all of that.
yeah.
I had an ex who like, because I'm a regular Brazilian waxer, just because we live in a fucking desert and it's hot and disgusting outside. And I was in between waxes, and he was like, and I warned him, I was like, oh, you know, I don't have my wax for like a few more days. And he was like, well, you don't have to do that for me. And I was like, oh, you think I do this for you?
Yeah, right.
No. It's a desert out there, honey. Be water smart.
Well, and also it's like if I know I'm getting ready to start my period, I'm like, I need to have something for the tampon string to cling to.
A little bit, yeah.
That's the most fun. You're like, how bushy can it get?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. I'm like, as soon as I get off my period, then I shave.
That's
you
the
know?
best shave is like after that, because you're like, he just grows in. You don't worry about any razor burn. You're just like, this is the best
Well, and if you're
look of
completely
the
bald,
week.
it's like the string is just going to keep falling down.
To all of our male listeners, they're like, this is a thing.
Yeah, you guys, this is a learning experience, you fucking assholes.
That's why they listen, because we're like, this is so girly. We talk about bangs and hair and dick.
Like, we
and-
understand our girlfriends and our wives so much more now.
That's what we
I
heard.
know, right? You guys are all learning something.
Yes, exactly. All right, sex toys. Your faves. I know you have the question was, do you have any? But
We know you do.
yeah.
Oh, hell yes.
Fave to use for yourself, and then like fave to use with partners.
Okay, so I'm kind of boring on this one. So I have 2 piercings down there.
Ooh, that's not boring.
So I have my clit and my hood pierced, and so I just have like a vibrator to put on those because it's like it is the most intense fucking thing in the world.
Which kind?
And it's just something that vibrates, like what I have right now. Like, okay, also I tried the rechargeable shit. I've tried them for a couple years, and I'm like, first off, right when you're getting ready to come, the fucking thing dies, and then you have to plug the bastard back in.
Right when it's about to die, you're like on high speed. You're like, it's not getting there, and then it
Yeah.
just
And then
stops.
it's
and you're like, fuck.
And you're like, fuck this. It's like,
So
but
you're
everything
a
else, you just-
battery operated
So
boy.
I switched back to the battery operated stuff, and I've also noticed that like you spend all this money on the rechargeable stuff, like $75, when I can go get a battery operated shit for $13.
A little bullet for like $15.
Yeah, so I went to the adult bookstore, and I ended up finding these ones that I really like for like 13, 15 bucks. They're like this long, and like it's got this weird little like loophole looking thing, but it's like I don't stick anything inside myself. I like to save that for the real thing.
Yeah.
Me too.
But I just put it right on the piercings, and it's like, it's just, it's insane. Like right now I have my legs crossed. I could fucking do this for a few seconds. I could make myself have an orgasm. It's like,
Now I know why. Because the piercings are probably like helping a lot.
it's
right?
like the best $58 I ever spent. Yeah.
Now I want one.
And it's like the clit piercing, I got that done when I was 19 on a dare. It's the worst pain I ever felt in my life, but
How long did it take to heal?
2 weeks.
So no oral sex for 2 weeks, I'm assuming.
No oral sex for 2 weeks. I waited a week and found out why.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, this is why they said not to let anybody go down on you for 2 weeks. And yeah, because it felt like fucking razor blades the next day.
Have you come across a tongue piercing?
Oh, hell yeah.
And has that been like, hey, there's too much
No,
going
it feels
on
really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels really good.
All right, interesting. So next time I get my lips filled is when I'm going to get my clit pierced, because you can't make out with or do anything with your mouth for 2
Just
weeks.
need to be in court. Yeah.
Well, okay, so here's something interesting. When I got my clit pierced, I found out like a year or two later that it will either kill all the feeling down there or make it like 1,000 times better.
Oh, no.
So if you want to get it done, you have to find a piercer that will A, do it, B, they actually like pull everything back to see if your clit sticks out far enough to do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what you do? Just like hit the vibrator on it, and it's like all over.
Engorge it.
Yeah, so when the guy did it, he like pulled everything back, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it sticks out far enough." And so it's like because they just barely pierce the tip of it, pretty much, 'Cause,
okay.
yeah, I've had mine done for 22 years now. You
Yeah.
know,
I'm so
I
intrigued.
mean, you can wear like a pair of tight pants and walk up a flight of stairs, and you're like, "Give me a second."
There's so many Samantha Jones moments coming out of this, like her with the
And it's like-
beaded. What was it? When she had like the beaded underwear.
Yes, the pearl thong. Yeah, and
You
it's
are Samantha
And it's like
Jones.
my friends that because I did it when I was in beauty school, and so me and all my friends, we were getting crazy. Like I had my nipples pierced twice each, and I took those out a few years ago, but they had served their purpose for a while, but it didn't really help that.
I
Anyways,
wanted to
but-
do it. I was too chicken though.
and well, my nipples weren't very sensitive, so I pierced them left and right and up and down. But then I got my boobs done a few years ago,
Okay.
and so I had to take the piercings out. And then after I got them done, I was like, my nipples look really good. Now that I actually had a boob behind it, because I was like flat. I was like a rib with nipples before that. Yeah, I was
That's
so
hot with the
flat-chested.
but smaller boobs with like the nipple rings
Yeah,
are
I
really
think that's
hot.
super
Yeah.
And it
hot,
makes
'cause,
them
like
look-
I think my boobies are way too big for a nipple piercing.
Yeah.
Like this is just too much going on. I actually wanted a breast reduction, but then I heard that could take away nipple sensation, and I was like, I can do nipple-gasms, so we're not messing
Yeah,
with
see,
that.
it's like, and I had like no.
Yeah.
My nipples weren't sensitive beforehand. So
oh yeah. Mine are like.
But now, after having them pierced and maybe having the implant, they're really sensitive now. So I
Yeah.
just never put the piercing or the jewelry back in.
Yeah.
I had to take out my belly ring when I got pregnant. I was like, I kept it in for like the first few months, and I was like, all right, this thing's gotta go. It's looking
right.
pretty ridiculous.
It's like
funny.
popping out.
Yeah, I was just like, "Ah." I never got the pop out belly button, but I was just like, it's time
So-
to put it away.
You are a sex talk queen. You've admitted this. What's some of your favorite things to say when you're dirty talking?
Oh, I love getting really raunchy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Are you more like cock, dick?
Oh, I'm
How do
more
you like to refer
cock.
to it?
I like cock.
Yeah.
Somebody told me once that dick was juvenile in the beginning when I was like 20. And I was like, how do you dirty talk? And they're like, you just say the word cock. So I just remember I was like, oh, cock. I didn't fucking, but she's like, dick is so juvenile, but I still like to say dick.
Yeah, I'm like,
Let me
man,
see
that
that
giant
dick.
cock inside me.
Cock
And like,
of yours.
like, I like being slapped across the face and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I do too.
like just recently,
Slap
I wrote
me
this
with
joke-
it.
I wrote this joke that I haven't even tried it on stage yet. One of my girlfriends and I were joking around the other day because I had this guy tell me that I was a prude. And I was like, why? Because I didn't like unconsensual photography taken.
Oh.
And yeah, I was like, you took pictures of me while I was sleeping. I was like, so you think I'm a prude? I will give you the names of people that have pictures of me that was my idea. I was like, we could have a coffee table book. I have so many dirty pictures of me floating around out there.
Same.
I was like, my ex-boyfriend is a doctor. He's going to, and this is true, he's actually going to start prescribing me hormones. And I actually told him this the other day. I said, we can do that if you want to do that. So he's going to prescribe me hormones to start producing breast milk.
Oh. Oh, so
So-
you could sell it?
No, he wants to drink it.
Oh, well.
And so I'm like, this
I see the
motherfucker is sitting here.
fetish.
So this other dude is sitting here telling me I'm a prude. I'm like, you think I'm a prude? I'm like, come on over here and milk me, motherfucker.
Fucking on it. I'm ready for it all.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm like,
Oh
you
my
think I'm a
God.
prude? I'm like, I'm getting ready to start producing breast milk. So come, you know, I'm like,
Savage.
you want some
Yes.
creamer for your coffee? I'm like, give me a second. I'll make a heart. You know, I'll barista that bitch.
Oh my God.
Song title number 4, Savage.
That's Laura's episode.
Yeah,
but
we did
still.
have a Laura episode. Yes, get in here. Oh my God.
It's never ending. Like I never stop running my mouth to the point where guys actually cover my mouth because they're like, you're going to make me come too fast.
So is that's probably I can imagine you're more dominant in the bedroom.
I like being dominated, but
It just happens naturally. You're the
I'm
more
s-
dominant
like, I
one.
actually tell him I'm like,
Bring
I tell
it.
him I'm like, take my G-string off and shove it in my mouth and cover it.
Oh.
yes.
Yes.
And they're like, oh my God, that's so fucking hot. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm like, then fucking do it.
Then do
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I feel like she's a switch. We took this BDSM
You guys are totally.
quiz.
This brat is hanging out with a bunch of switches tonight.
Switch is like, you come off more dominant, but you are really just kind of pushing them so they will like take over and put you down.
It's like I like to like push them and be like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
To the
do I
point
piss
where they're
you
gonna,
off?
like-
do I piss you off? I'm like, rip my fucking extensions out of my head.
That is the mentality of a switch. We're gonna come in like, what are you gonna fucking do?
Yeah.
Sit down, and they're gonna be like, no, bitch, you sit down. You're like, get over.
The first time her and her
Let me know.
husband had sex, she wrapped a belt around his neck and
yes.
That was actually okay. That was something actually I just told somebody recently. I was like, put a fucking belt around my neck. I was like, put a fucking knife to my neck, motherfucker.
Yes, just take me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to tell Chris, I was like, want to go play burglar?
Yeah.
get up
Yeah.
against the
Let's
wall.
play burglar. I'm gonna go vacuum. You just like crawling through the window. He's just like, that's a lot of work. I'm like, God damn it, just take me me unsuspectedly.
I was like, I was like, let's do this fake rape fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call those ravish fantasies.
Oh,
Ravage
just
wine.
to get rid of the word.
Just to get rid of the word rape.
okay.
So I
All
call it
right.
a ravish fantasy.
All
Come
right.
ravish me. Crawl through the window and ravish me.
right.
But I'm a big fan of Chuck
Tie me up.
Palahniuk, so I loved. Oh God, what book was that? What movie was that?
Was it choke?
Choke, yes.
Okay.
When he was trying to play out the rape fantasy, and then the girl wasn't into it, so she busted out her magic wand while he was fucking her. She was like,
Oh,
she was like, "You're not doing it right."
You're like, oh no.
What's your safe word?
Pineapple,
Avocado.
pineapple, because I'm allergic to it.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, I'm allergic to pineapple.
What's your safe word?
Eskimo. Only because you know the
Soon to
movie,
be Klondike.
you guys know the movie Heathers,
Yes.
where he's
Oh, yeah.
highlighting passages from Moby Dick, and
Yeah.
he's all Eskimo.
Yes.
So for some reason, the first time I ever met a real Dom, and he was like, look, he's like, I am going to be slapping you across the face. He's like, I'm going to be putting nipple clamps on you. He's like, I'm going to be pouring hot oil on you. He was like, you need to have a safe word. So for some reason, the scene in that movie popped into my head, and this was, fucking 20 years ago. He was like, you need to have a safe word. And so that just Eskimo, because I loved Christian Slater.
I love it.
If every time I think of the any word that stands out in my head from Heather's is like, what did you put a phlegm globber in it or something?
Yeah.
It's so funny because you're saying like, 20 years ago, and to me, Heather's like just the way I am in life. I'm like, Heather's didn't come out more than 20 years ago, and it's like,
Oh, hell
no, that
yeah.
movie's old.
Yeah, that shit
that's-
came out. I was in high school, I think.
But in my head, like it's still like 2006,
So great.
and the 90s are like not that long
Right,
ago.
yeah.
God, no. That would be an odd, like, safe word. It'd be like the most unsexiest slave word. You're like,
Eskimo.
phlegm
Well,
globber.
it was funny because it's like, so again, it was my first experience with a Dom. So I was like, this guy's gonna slap me across the face, you know. And he was from Holland, so he's got this fucking Dutch accent.
Of course he was.
Of course he was, you know. And so I mean, he was like arm all the way back here, going wham across the face, and I was like, I like this.
American men will
"Holy
not come at you
fuck."
like that.
I was like,
Never.
yeah, and it's like, I mean, and I had no marks on my body, so eventually he flipped me over on all fours, and when he slapped me across the ass, I flattened out on the bed. I'm all Eskimo.
Oh my God. There was one, I'm calling out a very special man.
Okay.
You know who I'm calling out.
All right, we'll hear it.
I've always been a very submissive girl. I'm a brat, whatever. And my last partner, he didn't know anything about the BDSM world, period. And so, like, we're talking. I was like, yeah, I like dirty talk. You can call me names. And he was like naughty little minx. And I was like,
What?
yeah. I was like,
That's what I call it.
yeah. I was like, or you could tell me I'm a dirty little slut.
Yeah, right.
And then he was like, when we were like hooking up, I was like, please slap my ass, like, please. And he was just like, did that pick up? Did that pick up on the
Yes,
mic?
it did. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
and
was
the-
very weak on the mic.
Oh yeah. And that's how it was. And I was like, can you go a little harder? And he just like didn't know what to do. And I made him really nervous, and then it didn't work out. But that's fine.
I've had some guys where I'm like, slap me across the face, and they same thing. They're like, and I
Yeah.
go, no. And they're like, show me, and I go, wham, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to get their attention. I
Yeah.
did that to my husband. Like early in our relationship, he was not ready for it, and I accidentally like slapped him in the ear. And he was just like,
Oh, I've
it
had
was
people
all
do that
wrong.
to
It was
me.
just like, I just basically just slapped him hard as fuck across the head. And he was like, why are we fucking? What's happening right now?
He's like, I'm deaf.
What the fuck did you do? I was like, that
Fucking
was,
rang his bell.
that was wrong.
Our Eskimo brother once
Ring
slapped
my
me.
bell.
Ring my bell.
Take a drink.
Another-
Ladies, we're coming out with these song titles, and it's too funny, and I fucking love it. Okay.
Our Eskimo brother, he slapped me across the face with his dick once, and I got really mad at him because I was like, I did not consent to that, and it was just really like, I wasn't into it at that moment. Like, we were doing all this other dirty shit. When he went to do that, I was like, go fuck yourself. I didn't tell you could do that.
Yeah. Have you had someone do something that kind of pissed you off and during sex,
And there
you're
was
just like,
no reason for me being so mad about that. But
Yeah.
at that moment, I was like, I hate you. This is not happening anymore.
yeah, have you had a moment when you're just like, "Ugh, not fucking like that? Like, no.
Yeah, I've hated it when I go down on a guy and they end up coming, and then they're like, okay, well, I don't want to have sex.
Oh, God.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Like, and that's only happened once or twice in my whole life. Like, usually after that, they're ready to have sex. But
Yeah.
I hate it when guys, and actually I tell a joke about this. Like, I was telling this guy, I was like, talk dirty to me. And he's like, you like it when daddy does that? I said, no.
Oh, yeah.
I go, don't you ever say that to me or another woman again. And I know some fucking girls out there like
There's
like
a mommy
the
daddy thing.
Yeah.
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 And so anyways, when I was like, don't you ever say that to me or another woman again. Well, he got up and started walking across my room and he was crying. And I was like, well, God damn it, now I have to fuck him.
Come over and let mommy hold you.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, come here, come here, come here. There, let me make it all better. No, but he was hot, you know, and he was a good fuck too. So.
And it ended up being a whole mommy daddy thing.
Yeah, it ended up, you know, but he didn't say daddy again, and hopefully he never said it to anybody else, you know. I had this other guy that he used to be an MMA fighter. He was an Armenian dude, right? And he was like this was a guy from LA. He was like my kryptonite. He was so fucking hot. Ugh. Just something about him with the accent and just,
I
oh
lived
my
in LA
God,
for
yes.
a while.
You're like,
So,
I know.
and for some reason, hockey players and MMA fighters just are drawn to me, you know.
And hockey players have the biggest dicks I've ever seen
And
in my
so
life.
do a lot of these MMA fighters. I'm like, oh my God.
So aggressive.
So like this guy, and I actually waited 3 weeks to fuck him, which is like a record for me. So
That is a long time, though.
yeah, that is a long time.
seriously.
It is at this day and age, especially, right? So I was up here working, and he decided to come up with a couple of friends for the one's birthday, right? So we all went out to party. Then we ended up taking Uber back to where I was, you know, the place I would rent a room from 1 week a month, right? So we ended up hooking up. Well, it's like I just like pulled out all the kink, you know, shoved my panties in my mouth, slapped me across the face, you know, tell me I'm a fucking skank, you know, like talk dirty to me in your fucking whatever, every fucking language you know how to speak, you know. He had to go back to LA the next day, and I was like, text me when you get home. And so he did. He texted me when he got back to LA, and he was like, look, I think you're really cool. He goes, but I just don't think that there's a future here. And I like, you know, I was like, man, I was kind of liked him, you know.
Because he
like,
made you wait 3 weeks and build like a
yeah, like
fondness.
built up, and it's like, especially it's like when we finally kissed for the first time, the way he just like grabbed me, like, you know, and I was like, oh God, this guy's gonna be a great fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And so, and then after the sex, and especially, I mean, he fucking had such a fantastic dick, you know. And 4 months later on Tinder, I see him, and so of course I swipe right?
Yeah, just to see.
And it says, you're a match, you know. So I'm like, hey, you know, I feel really bad about 4 months ago, like, could I buy you coffee or something? So here I am beating myself up for 4 months over this, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, you know what? He goes, he had never had sex like that before.
Oh.
He goes, I have been jerking off to it ever since then. He goes, can we do it again?
Yeah.
And so from there, it went into like 3 years of just constant fucking, I'd let him just pin me against the wall and fuck my face and just...
Yes.
Oh my God. Like, and again, just because, you know, like the you know, MMA fighter, just the aggressiveness.
Oh my
and
God.
So I actually wrote a joke about him, like, because like the whole slapping across the face and the he's like, with his accent, he's like, why do you let me do these things to you? And I was just like, I go, I thought it was part of your culture. I thought you liked to beat women.
Let's have a sex talk.
Only our slaves.
Yeah, I was like, please make me your
God.
slave, because with that dick, he can do whatever he fucking wants.
Slave.
I was thinking sex talk by Megan Thee Stallion.
Sex talk. There we go. There we
Sex
go.
talk.
My gosh.
Yeah.
How did this episode turn into a song title drinking game?
I don't know, but
Angie, you're inspiring so much. We've like gone off of our
I
like.
know. I tell people all the time, I'm like, I'm a succubus. I was like, I will suck your soul out through your penis.
that is fantastic. You know what? Okay, actually, it's time for the Never Have I Ever game.
Let's fucking do it. Bree, I am stoked on our new merch.
Yes, thank you to We Made the Stars by Shy for designing that for us.
I love it. And it has like a picture of me and Bree on it. And
We are drinking our favorite bevies.
really, it could be any two hot blonde babes. So I think you should get one.
But it's us, and it has the Keeping It Casual logo. Be sure to go to keepingitcasualpodcast.com to check out our merch store and get all of your Keeping It Casual swag.
Well, that's our hookup this month. You get some Keeping It Casual swag just for doing that rating and review on Apple Podcasts.
Or join the Patreon at least the $5 level.
That's how you get entered into the giveaway. We do it the last Wednesday of every month.
And now, back to the show. It's time for the Never Have I Ever game.
Let's fucking do it. All right. So listen, and if you are a subscriber to our Patreon, you are going to get, it's called We've Never, but We Will game. So if you want to check that out this month, it's fucking hilarious.
Yes, it is.
And it was a great time. So we brought it here tonight for just a sample so Angie could play with us.
Yes.
So Angie, you're going to draw a card. And if you have, of course, you drink. If not, then you're probably going to have to do it. Put it on your list. All right.
So,
Draw one
just
of the
gotta
Draw
cards.
one from
Grab one of these
either
little
pile.
cards.
This one right
All
here.
right, I'm going to grab one. Bree.
And I'll take this one.
What colors are the tops?
I got
see if we
pink, you got red,
Okay, we
and
all
we
got
all
a
got
different
different one,
category. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Angie. What you got?
Do I read the whole thing? Oh, well, the
We
bottom
don't-
is in a different language.
The bottom's in Spanish.
So if you want to say it in Spanish, go ahead. But
Yeah, no. Okay. We've never shared a milkshake with 2 drinking straws like sappy couples in the 1920s.
Ew.
I've done
Get
that.
another one.
I think I
Yeah,
have.
that was boring.
That was boring. Try something else.
Fucking sucked.
Grab another card.
Horrible. I'm throwing that one out of the box.
Yeah,
Doesn't
here, let's
belong
put
in
the
the box.
shitty one aside.
Let's put that shitty one.
We don't like that card.
Yeah.
Here, grab another one.
We don't like that G-rated bullshit.
Well, here's the thing.
We've never had sex in a body of water. Well, I've done that.
I've done that too.
Can we talk about like sex in the body of water? It doesn't work so well.
No,
It's-
you have to get silicone lube. You have to be prepared for it. You got to have the silicone lube because that doesn't go away with
Well,
water
I've
so
always
easy.
done it in mostly swimming pools. Like
Hot
the one
tub.
the Armenian guy I was just talking about. We
Yeah.
always did it in my swimming pool in my backyard.
Yeah.
But we never needed lube. Like it was.
Yeah, it works.
Well, also I think it's because he turned me on so much.
Yes, it worked with
That-
Chris in the hot tub.
Yeah, it's like he turned me on so much that no, we didn't.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got wrongfully evicted out of my house in LA, he stopped talking to me.
He
And I
used
was
you
like,
for your swimming
you
pool.
used me for my swimming pool, you Armenian piece of shit. And I'm not talking shit about Armenian people. If there's
Just
any
to him
single hot
specifically.
Armenian guys out there
With big
at
dicks.
Crumb Shots, on Instagram.
Bring it on. In
we
the
can have sex
ocean.
on a body of water.
How about in the ocean? That shit was.
I've never
I grew up
fucked
in
in the
Miami,
ocean.
so
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
never had sex in the ocean.
I have.
I just feel like there's just a
Yeah.
lot of sand that would happen that I don't want near
Yeah.
my pussy. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
works in the ocean too. It was very challenging, but it works.
Yeah, well, then the waves keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was the
I've
challenge.
never had sex in the ocean. It's always been swimming pools or hot tubs.
Okay, yeah.
I've had sex on a boat.
Good for you.
I've had so much sex that it's like
Sometimes it's like hard, you forget, and then you're like, oh yeah, I have done that.
That's how
haven't
this
I?
game like came off. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were playing, and I was like, have I? And I was like, oh, I have.
Yeah, sex on a boat. Yes, I think so. Yeah.
it's like sometimes things like I'm just like, have I done that? Like the question you guys asked me earlier, and I was like, can we come back to that question?
Oh,
It's
the
like,
why
I'm
did
still
I date
trying to
him
think.
story.
I want to be single the rest of my life. I was like, I like being alone.
I love the
You know?
confidence.
I like to crumb and go.
She
Yes.
bring in the crumb. Go ahead,
So,
Bree, what you got?
We've never used a cock ring on a guy, which I totally
Never
have.
used a what?
Cock ring.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I've tried them, and they just kind of get in the way.
You're using the wrong one.
They were usually the novelty ones that come free.
No,
with-
you got to use the Lilo Tor 2. It turns his penis into your own personal vibrator. It
insane.
vibrates on your clit, and it turns the dick into a little vibrating too, and it feels good for them as well. Especially if you turn it around and put it like on the taint, it'll make them come pretty hard.
We'll link to it in the show
You
notes.
should contact that company and have them sponsor you.
Lilo, I love you, and I love all your products, and I use them
It's
a lot.
It's the one cock ring that's gonna turn things around. Yeah, I used them with Chris, like the little stretchy ones. I remember he's like, "Do I put it like under my balls? Do I just put it on top of my dick?" Like,
Yes,
how
you
do
can
we
do it either
this?
way.
It is either way. Yeah, but I know the male strippers use it to like stay hard.
Yeah.
So
And actually, I think the one time I tried using a cock ring, it made them go soft.
Really, that's interesting. He must be.
But it didn't vibrate. It was just like the little stretchy rubber bandy one that had like the nubbies around
Yeah,
it.
I have
Yeah.
a beautiful set of steel cock rings. I have a beautiful set
Yeah.
of wooden cock rings.
the wooden. You told me about that before. I was like, "Good Lord, a wooden cock ring."
I was
That
like, it
just
doesn't
sounds
cause splinters.
fucking dangerous.
Yeah, it's sealed very nicely, but they're beautiful. I've never used any of them. Because I like the vibrating ones. I've been lucky
It's like
recently
vintage.
that I
It's
haven't.
a wooden cock ring.
I've been lucky recently that
It's
I
a
haven't.
Steely Dan.
Got
It's
it
a
down here
Steely
in the
Dan of a
art
cock ring.
district.
Yeah, I've just been lucky recently that I haven't fucked men that come too early, so I don't need to be like,
See,
you need to wear a cock ring.
I make these fuckers come too fast because of the dirty talk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
I make them all take Viagra. I buy Viagra in Mexico, and so I'm like, you want to ride this ride? Take this pill. I make every fucking guy take Viagra.
Can you slide me some?
that
You know,
makes
I don't
sense.
have any on me, but I'll give you some.
That makes sense because our friend who was like, you guys need to meet up and be on the show and meet and blah blah blah. He was like, she offered me some Viagra, and I was like, do you need it? Because I know way too much about his sex life, and I really don't think I
know.
should.
I offered him one, and he was like, I don't think my heart could handle that.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
No,
He doesn't need
Yeah,
it.
but I
No.
make every guy I fuck, I'm like, if you want to fuck me, you have to take this. Because my sex drive is so high.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but 2, 3, 4 times is not going to cut it for me.
Gosh, I'm gonna have to put like a preface at the beginning of the episode. Be like, take a drink every time you hear a Samantha Jones reference. Every time, remember she had the Viagra.
Yeah. It's like, I even had somebody offer me a quickie earlier. I said, ain't no quickie going to solve the fucking sex I need right now. I haven't had sex in like 2 weeks. I'm like,
God, the single life.
I'm going to go hump a fire hydrant when I leave here.
I'm married. Same.
I'm just out of a relationship. I did get to make out the other night though.
Oh yes.
You didn't see it, but it happened when you were there.
I believe it. Second I walked away, he got his confidence and was like, all right,
Yeah.
her partner in crime's gone. Let me just get some.
I know. I'm like, if I wasn't so
No,
fucking
because
tired
he
today,
didn't
I'm
care.
like, let's go out after this. But I'm
Right.
like, I'm so
gotta
tired.
go
I'm
get
afraid
Angie
I would get, I'm afraid I would get blackout drunk and not be able to drive. I'm like, I should just probably go home and sleep.
Yeah, the
after
two of
this.
us. If you wanted to come party with the two of us, you would be partying.
The
Yeah,
stamina
it's like I
of
know
the
I'd be
single
partying,
women.
but it's like I feel that tiredness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't even party last night. It's like I went to bed at 12:30. I woke up, and it's like I think it's just from working out really hard the past 2 days.
It probably is. Unfortunately, I can't go party because I have to nanny tomorrow. But
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe tomorrow night.
yeah, oh
Ladies,
what?
please post many stories about it. All right?
yes, she's going
Yeah.
out to get laid by her husband tomorrow night.
Yes.
Tomorrow's-
It's been 2 weeks. There was the
Tomorrow night, I
period,
have
then there was a week
tickets-
missed.
I have tickets to the Kiss
opera?
tribute. The Kiss tribute.
The
band.
opera.
Kiss tribute band.
Oh.
I haven't heard anybody say I have tickets to anything in so long.
I know, but that's why I was like, you know what? I was like,
Fucking
it's
great.
live music. It's the Kiss tribute band. Why
Yes.
the fuck not?
Good.
Let's go.
Where's
Fun.
that at?
Somewhere on the
Sounds like
strip,
the
I think.
Flamingo.
It's either the strip or downtown here.
Go and
somewhere.
rock that shit. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Fun.
All right, you ready for another
Yes.
one? Okay, we've never played with each other late night at a playground. I think you could
I've
probably
totally
get picked
done
up by the
that.
cops. Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think I've done that too.
There's a haunted park
Yeah.
in Henderson.
Not actually on the playground, but in the parking lot.
There's a haunted park in Henderson that I like to go to after dark because supposedly you're supposed to see like a ghost. So me and this guy I was hooking up with, we used to
Like
go-
Hindertucky?
Yeah, we used to like to Fox. Yeah. Anyways, we used to
That's
like to
why.
go get high there.
Yeah.
Me and this, we weren't hooking up yet. Me and this dude just used to like to go get high there. And I remember this night specifically because neither of us had a pipe or a bong, so but I had an apple in my car, so we had to make an apple pipe.
Yep. Respect. I've done that.
Me too. Oh yeah.
And I hadn't made an apple pipe in so long, and I was like, "All right, we gotta fucking make.
We
this
need a
shit
pen.
work.
We got to go halfway down the shaft and then halfway through the
across
middle.
and then
Yep.
cut the little part out, and yeah." So we made an apple pipe, and then all of a sudden we just start making out, and I was like, "Will you just go down on me?" And so this gentleman who I don't even remember.
Were you on the slide, a merry-go-round?
No, we were in the grass. We had like a blanket down. I don't even remember his name though. He's just like embedded in my brain as Misfits tattoo because he had a Misfits tattoo on his thigh. And yeah, he went down on me in the haunted park after we got stoned off
Did you
of
see
the
the
apple
ghost?
pipe.
Couple
no.
of misfits.
Oh God,
It would have been awesome if you saw the ghost because then you'd be like, I had a three-way.
well, no, because the ghost is supposed to be like a little boy. That might be weird, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I think
You like
he just,
past the pipe.
I think it
Haunted,
was just
yeah.
one of those really good, like, you know, when you get so horny from really good weed. I think it was just one of those moments where
Yeah.
it was like, all right, let's do this.
I think it only happened at a park when I was like, in high school, and like that's where we'd skip school and like go get finger bang at a park.
I wish I could tell you it was. I wish I could tell you it was high school, but no, I was definitely in my 20s, late 20s.
She's like, we need to go to a
It's like
park
this just a
bench.
few years ago.
yeah,
All right,
it wasn't that long ago.
all right, girls, let's grab another.
We've never used a blindfold while one of us serviced the other sexually. Okay, I
Ooh.
can tell you a story about
Yeah,
Yes.
talk about
Alright,
it. This is
so,
one of our favorite
my
things.
My ex-boyfriend Jason, he's one of my best friends, and I would never trade him for anything in the world. He actually used to be a goalie for the Rangers like 20 years ago. Longer than that, probably like 25 years
Hockey
ago.
player,
hockey
MMA
Again,
players.
Hockey player, yeah.
God damn.
So he actually hand sculpts action figures for a living. Look him up, Sculpt Hollywood on Instagram.
All right, guys.
right.
He is
guys.
fucking so talented, and I just love him so much. I even told him, I go, if you were actually good in bed, I'd be with you. So he and I actually waited.
She just crushed all the DM slides.
Oh yeah, no, he and I are fucking mean to each other. Like this is how we get along. So
Okay.
he and I waited, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks to have sex the first time, and that's the longest I've ever waited to have sex with somebody, right? The first time we had sex, he wrapped me up in bondage tape, and I look like a fuck mummy.
I thought you were about to say bubble wrap. So go. But bondage
It was
tape.
red bondage
mummy.
tape.
Holy
So, I mean,
shit.
the only part of me that was exposed was my nostrils, my mouth, and my vagina.
Wow.
And yeah, and it was like broad daylight. So I was like, why don't we use some of that to cover your eyes? And yeah, so that was the first time we ever had sex. He wrapped me up in bondage tape, and I looked like this big red fuck mummy.
It was, that's insane. So that was
Yeah,
like
so
red
it was a
bondage
blindfold,
tape.
but I was completely, I was a
tape
big red, I
blindfold.
was a big red fuck mummy. I mean,
We
he fuck mummy me from head to toe.
We thought we were edgy. We're like a silky scarf
Yeah, no,
around you.
he-
And she's like fucking blindfold tape
No, he
around my
fuck
neck.
mummied me from head to toe, and my vagina was available, and my mouth and my nostrils.
That
Wow.
is amazing.
Yeah.
How is this happening?
He wrapped it around me. He's like, I know you do a lot of kinky stuff. I go, yeah, but we've never had sex, so I figured vanilla would work for a few months.
Did he wrap like your arms
Oh yeah.
down?
Okay.
Yeah.
And just like
No, I
each
look like I came
leg?
out of a fucking pyramid.
So you were like a corpse that he was fucking. Maybe that was his kink. Maybe he liked dead people to fuck.
No, his kink is like honestly, like he likes to eat pussy. He likes to eat pussy, but he likes to jerk off while he's doing it. And if he gets his before I get mine, he just walks away.
Wow.
And that's part of the reason why we don't date. And
I was like, oh, he eats pussy a lot. Okay, and then you finished up with that, and I was like, never mind, bro.
I need more information on this. So like I need the process. Like
oh, and there's more to it. Like he likes to jerk off with condoms on because it helps him go longer. I go, well, who the fuck
Okay.
likes to go longer when they masturbate?
he's edging.
You
no,
know?
when I
Yeah,
masturbate,
and
it's
then-
like I want to get it done and move on with my life.
But then when we have sex, when we did have sex, I mean, we broke up like 5 years ago, but when we we did have sex, it was hard for him to stay hard with a condom on, but he's never, ever had unprotected sex. And when he actually can finish with a condom on, he still pulls out.
All right, so the DM slides are getting back up. They're like, all right, he's very safe.
And actually, one time I came over to his house, and because we only dated for like 9 months, you know.
Okay.
One time I came over to his house, and I was trying to like spice it up. So as soon as he opened the door, I like shoved him against the wall, ripped his pants off, and fucking sucked his dick. You know.
Yes.
Then after that, I was like, "You want to like reciprocate and finger me or something?" He goes, "I don't really like doing that."
Oh, you like doing a lot of things. It
Yeah.
could have ripped her eyebrows off. God damn it.
I was like, "I just sucked your dick." I was like, "You just fucking came down my throat." I was like, "I'm trying to fucking keep it alive over here." I was like, "You can't even put your fingers in me." I was like, "Because I don't want your dick in me." But
Finger bang me now.
And here's the thing, I wrote so many jokes about him, and he loves all the degrading shit I say about him. Yeah, he loves all the mean stuff I say about him.
I love it. And we got his Instagram, ladies.
Yes.
Yeah, Sculpt Hollywood.
They're going to be fucking on your gram and his gram. It's going to be hilarious.
But again, look him up because he is fucking wildly talented. Yeah.
I love
All
it.
right, so this could go in multiple ways.
Okay, hit me.
We've never pretended he was a fireman putting out a fire with his giant hose. So that could go with cum or with pee. That could be golden showers.
I have never done the fireman thing.
I have.
Golden shower or cum?
Both.
Okay. I've had a guy come all over me. I did have a guy ask me to pee on him, but I got stage fright, so.
Oh no, I've peed on guys. They didn't pee on me.
I've only peed on guys in the shower and just was more fun. I was like, I'm peeing on you.
Yeah.
I'd come up behind him and like bear hug him and just be like, I'm totally peeing on you right now.
No, it was like we were in the shower and he was like, I've always wanted a golden shower. I would love it if you could pee on me. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I got like bad stage fright and I couldn't get it out. And I was like, sorry, bro.
Yeah, I've done both.
In, out of the shower, like just on the bed.
I've
Like,
peed on them in the shower. I've peed on them in the shower stall with no water running.
okay.
Yeah.
I had another one that every time I went pee, he did this. He wanted to play with it
Meanwhile,
while I was sitting on the toilet.
So keepers who can't see this, she was playing with her. She was holding her hand
Like
out.
basically he was playing with my vagina while I was sitting on the toilet.
Balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love watching my man pee though.
She
And
does.
then-
Like when he's peeing, I'm just like, look, he's so manly. I don't know why.
And then as far as like a guy hosing me down while he comes, I've, done that in and out of the
Yeah.
shower as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just
only
I have a
once got
joke
it in
about
my
that.
eye, and that was it burned like a motherfucker. But he didn't
And
deserve
when
to get
water
it in my
hits
eye
it
either.
and you don't wash it off good enough, it's like sandpaper. It's like water repellent.
In the hair is the worst. It's like a dreadlock piece. You gotta
Yeah.
cut out almost.
I get so pissed
Yeah,
off
I have a
'cause
joke
Depends on their
about it.
diet.
Yeah.
I wear extensions, so if a guy comes in my hair, I'm like, you know how much I paid for this? This is $1,000 worth of work in here.
Yeah, right? My ex-boyfriend used to complain. This is a guy I dated like 10 years ago. He complained that like we never did kinky enough stuff. And we did. We did so much kinky stuff. He was like, I want to come on your face. And I was like, okay. I was like, let's do it in the shower. So we get in the shower and like the joke is like, I haven't told this joke in years, but I was like, I get on my knees and I make the face like I ate a lemon. I was like, and I wait for it, so I feel it. It like hits me right here on the cheek by the nose for the, people that can't see.
Almost in your eye. God
Yeah, so
damn
it's like right
fuckers.
here, and like my eyes are still closed, and like a couple seconds later, like I feel a little bit more hit me on the forehead. And I'm like, okay, maybe he had a little extra. No, it turns out he had some stuck on his hand, and he didn't want to waste it, so he did the Spider-Man and went bam.
Oh, and you just wanted to see it all over you.
Yeah, because I was just like, he
fucker.
told me after that, he goes, well, yeah, he goes, someone's on my hand, so he just went,
Gave you the
and
web.
just like flicked it on my
webbed,
face.
like webbed you.
And so like, he like webbed
called the
me.
web.
And so like, and so we're both comedians, and so we had a show that night, and so I got up and I'm scrubbing my face in the shower, Well, then we get to the venue later, and I'm sitting there like this. I have my head in my hand, and I'm like this. I'm like, what the hell? I had 2 dried streams of it down my neck that I didn't scrub off. I'm like, that fucking shit is water repellent. I felt like I had 2 dried streams of sandpaper going down my fucking neck.
Yeah, men, when you think that your cum is gonna make our skin nice and soft, it's not.
Stop aiming.
It's like an exfoliant.
Yeah, like she was saying it came right underneath her eye. Like aim for our lips and our mouth. We don't want it on our forehead. We want our fucking just make it sexy. Could you be sexier?
Yeah, it's like if it's
Do
gonna get in
better.
our eye, we're gonna have that like fish walleye thing, like
It burned.
Yeah.
It burned so bad. I was like, stop it. I like ran into the wall. I was like, oh my God, this burns so bad. And get out of my house. Never call me a bitch again.
I
Fuck
don't
you.
mind
I
a
hate
little
you.
facial, but like guys, come on my tits. I have glorious boobs, and they're natural. Just
Right.
come right on them.
I know. They're always like, where do you want me to come? I'm like, I don't care.
Not inside me. I don't want
Yeah.
to make a baby with you.
Yeah, just-
I used to hook up with this guy who would probably one of the only guys who could ever make me squirt, but he would get it on his hand and he would flick it back in my face.
Oh,
and
he webbed you.
He webbed me with my own cum.
What is it called when you don't web style it? You just flick it.
He just went like this. He just went.
I know, right? You're just like,
He just like talked to the hand you.
he handballed you.
There we go. He would do that, and I remember like the first time it happened, I was like, I don't like this, and then I taste kind of sweet though. All right, I don't hate it, you know.
Yeah.
Because I like when a guy goes down on me and makes out with me, and then I can like taste myself on his beard. I don't know.
Well, I always
That's hot. Yeah.
Ugh.
every time I masturbate, I fucking lick my fingers. So
Yeah.
I mean, I have my own little obsession with myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, again, I like being alone. It's like you get to a point where you can go so long without dick, and then you're like, okay, I need dick.
Yeah.
And then once you get it, you're like, okay, now
I don't need it.
I'm like, I'm the best sex I've ever had.
yeah.
That's true.
You know, and then I don't have to deal with that annoying thing called a man. You know. Yeah, but if a guy webbed me with my own cum, I'm just like, you can come back. You can
It was pretty hot. The only reason why I stopped fucking him is I felt really weird because I had been hooking up with this guy who I ended up finding out was he was a musician, but I ended up finding out the guy I had hooked up prior to him was his manager, and I was like, I don't know, this just feels a little too close to home for me. And I was like, I can't do it. And then he like really, once he found out that I had fucked his manager, he really liked the idea of the fact that I fucked his friend, and he'd be like, tell me how you used to fuck so and so, and I was like, man, I don't want to tell you how I fucked him though.
the guy that I just gave sloppy seconds to, and he knew he got sloppy.
Yeah.
Like I told him, I was like, you can come up to my room, but I just fucked somebody else, so don't think I'm fucking you. Well, I fucked him anyways.
Double.
They don't know
Double
that they
duty?
know each other.
Ooh.
And so I like having that little grenade in my pocket.
That's a good grenade.
You know what? Lately I have 3 grenades. Yeah, revenge last week, that grenade, and then something else that just recently happened in Arizona that I can't talk about on the air, but I'll tell you when we're done with the show.
Awesome. When the mics go off, people. Yeah.
Oh,
You know what?
God.
Actually, I remember when one of my exes and I broke up, I started fucking somebody else in his little community. We hadn't fucked yet. We were just talking. And I was like, and I felt so guilty. I was like, do I tell him who my ex is? Do I say something? And then finally
no.
one night I was like, all right, here's here's the thing. Here's the deal. Yeah, I know your cohort. Because they're
Yeah,
not
fuck that.
friends. Yeah.
Oh, well, if you're friends, then you feel like you want to show the respect
Yeah.
if you develop a friendship.
They respect each other, I guess, on some level, but they're not friends. They just work
okay.
together.
Oh, yeah.
They work in your circles together.
Yeah.
You can make connections.
Well, these ones work in the same circle. And
Yes.
the one I have a lot of respect for, that's why he went first.
The other one, not so much.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
our last little never have I ever. We've never pretended one of us was a peeping Tom.
No, but that sounds kind of hot to be like, go outside and look at me through the window while
Just
I
watch
undress.
me masturbate or something.
Watch me. Yeah.
Oh, hell
think?
yeah.
Have you pretended to be a peeping Tom?
Well, I mean, living in LA and then like just staying in like high-rise places, you know, it's like you go out on the fire escape.
Yeah.
It's like you can look into other people's places
Stuff.
and see what's going on. So fuck yeah. And then also me and one of my exes fucked on a fire escape and we could see people watching us and hell yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
just kept doing it.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
that's
hot.
exhibitionism.
super
That's
hot.
It's
that
like,
feels
but I've
good.
also like looked into other people's windows and watched them and it's like
I don't know. Does like going to the green door, watching other people count as that? Because I feel like
no,
No.
because they're there to
be watched. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
they wanna
was
be
one
watched.
time I hooked up
But I
with
guess
a
it is a little peepee.
there was one time I hooked up with a guy and his autistic roommate heard everything. Didn't know. I thought I was being quiet because I'm a loud person. I'm loud. I'm loud in the bedroom.
Yeah, me
I
too.
tried
I
really
used to
hard.
be.
He was living with a.
Been silenced.
Yeah, you have children.
Put your panties in your
Yeah.
mouth.
yeah, right. I'm stealing that one tonight.
Hell yeah.
There was
it's
a-
so hot. Men are like, yeah.
Ooh.
But when I
Especially-
say
Better.
rip my panties off, it doesn't mean actually rip them off.
Yeah.
I mean take them off.
Has
because
somebody
those
ripped
fuckers
them?
Came from Victoria's
I
Secret.
remember-
I know. I've got them 5 for $30.
I remember
Yeah.
I was.
Those
I-
weren't cheap.
God. Recovered memory for this now. I remember there was one time I was hooking up with this British guy, not the British prick, a different British guy, because you know me, I love my men with accents.
God.
And I went over to his house and I was wearing only nylons, panties, and like a bra. And then I had like a big winter coat over it because in the middle of December. And he wanted me to. I think I've told this story where he had me like, he left a note on the door and was like, get inside and kneel down. And he kneeled me down and then he blindfolded me and then he poured champagne down my mouth and there was like candles lit everywhere and just this like very romantic scene. scene. But anyways, he leads me to the bedroom and he tears open my pantyhose, and I remember being so pissed off because there was like a $25 pair of like Spanx pantyhose, and I was like, God damn it!
Like, you motherfucker.
You're like, you know how expensive those fucking things? You're like, reimburse me.
Yeah, but then he went down on me like it was nobody's business. So I was like, all right, you made up for it a little bit.
Yeah, right. You're like, oh, okay, we can let that one slide.
Yeah.
I will have to say, never have I ever had a British man. So I guess R.I.P.
Well,
Oh shit! I've had dick from all around the world.
so have I, girl.
I fucked this Romanian guy, and I was like, "Talk to me in your native tongue." And I don't even know. I mean, he could have been telling me I was the most disgusting bitch he's ever had, but it sounded good, you know.
Yeah, you're like-
But here's the thing, and I actually have told this on stage. He put me on all fours, and I'm just like, okay, he's either gonna like do me doggy or toss my salad. Well, he didn't either of the two. He started like rolling his chin around my butthole like this, and he had like the
Interesting.
5 o'clock shadow thing going on. So I'm on all fours, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You know?
What's happening?
I'm like,
back
and
there?
I'm not getting any pleasure from this. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like a deer in headlights or some shit, right? So then, like, flash forward to the next morning. Like, I get up to go pee, and as soon as I get up to walk, I'm like, ha. I had fucking beard burn on my butthole.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I felt like I had fucking anal sex with a cactus. Like, it hurt so bad.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you do it in Romania, but this is the USA, you motherfucker.
Like, that is not cool. Seriously, I was like, what?
Yeah, what the fuck? And he's just like, ah. Like,
No.
Guys, sometimes
Get out of there.
they do these things that you're like, where did you learn that from?
and where did you think that I was gonna like find pleasure from that? And don't do that with your fucking 5 o'clock shadow on the most sensitive
Gentlemen.
part of my body.
Gentlemen,
I'm like, just
stop.
because animals go in at the most sensitive spot, you know?
Oh, God.
Gentlemen, just because you saw it on porn doesn't mean a girl likes it.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Especially if it's like a off-brand
yeah.
one. Like,
if you're not on
get
like,
to know your lady
yeah,
first.
exactly. If you're on like weirdshitsex.com, we probably don't want to try that.
Especially their fucking Romanian porn, you
Yeah.
know? It's probably real close to German porn.
Probably.
Oh, my God.
Maybe he was just trying
Angie,
to trigger something.
you are phenomenal. You
Thank
are
you.
officially our Samantha Jones. We're,
Thank you,
we're going to
thank
have
you.
to see which song title unfolds for your episode. But
Yeah.
please share your revenge.
Yes, this could
Okay.
be your why did I date him story. Your
Yes,
revenge.
we've been waiting for it. We've
Okay,
been
this guy I
waiting for
didn't
it.
date. He was somebody that he was a comedian that lived here a long time ago. He moved back to Jersey. He does not know this story. So if and I actually had to get a restraining order against this fucking guy.
Oh, okay.
So if for some reason he listens to this, he is going to hear this for the first time. And I did this 8 years ago.
okay.
All right.
And the few people that, well, there's a lot of people that know this story. So this all goes back to taking pictures of me while I'm fucking sleeping. And I'm half
Absolutely
naked.
not.
No.
Absolutely. What
Men.
the
So this is a
fuck?
comic I was letting crash on my couch when I lived here years ago. I was nice enough to let him sleep on my couch a lot. And my roommate was like, yeah, that's cool. So one night I came home drunk. I go upstairs to my bedroom and I made the mistake of not locking my bedroom door. So the
Should
next
you
day,
have to?
should I have to? Right.
in your own home.
In my own home. So the next day, he's sitting there laughing, and I go, what? Because he's sitting there swiping through his phone. I go, what? And he starts showing me pictures of me sleeping, and I'm wearing a G-string and a T-shirt. So not only did he sneak into my room, start taking pictures, but he was lifting my shirt up, pulling my panties down.
Oh my God.
So I snatched his phone out of his fucking hands and I fucking deleted everything. Well,
Yeah.
that night we were out and it was during the World Series of Comedy and I hear him going, look at how pale her ass is. So he's showing all these people the fucking pictures of me.
And that was at, like, they usually do that at what, LA Comedy Club, right?
Well, back then it was at the Tuscany.
Okay.
So I fucking grabbed his phone again. So I'm like, okay, you put these fucking pictures somewhere. So I was like, don't worry, motherfucker, I will get you back. Well, this happens, the World Series of Comedy is like the end of September-ish,
Yeah.
right? So 2 months later, this was like a couple days before Thanksgiving. I have this friends with benefits that lives here in Vegas that we're from the same hometown in Arizona. When he and I see each other, we bang it out like 2-3 days in a row, right? Well, we always use the same, like a regular size bath towel is like the cum towel. You know, he comes on it, I wipe with it, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. So we were using this fucking towel like 3 days in a row, right? Well,
scratchy,
when this
I'm sure.
fuckface would come over to crash at my house for a few days, every time he'd come over, he would always want, the first thing he would do when he'd get to my house is say, Angie, can I take a shower? For some reason, he would always shower the first thing when he got to my house.
He's a homeless
So when he
fuck.
would text me and say, because he lived out almost to Boulder City and I lived like really central in the city, close to two of the main freeways, you know. So when he said, hey, I'm on my way, my fuck buddy was like, all right, I'm going to head out. I went and hung that fucking towel up in the bathroom.
Yes.
So when he got there and he goes, hey, do you mind if I take a shower? I go, I figured you wanted to. I already hung a towel up for you.
Yes.
And he was like, cool. Thanks, Ange. And people asked, they go, didn't he notice that it was crusty? I said, no, because it was still wet. He used it 3 days in a row.
Yes.
And so you know my revenge from last
Yes.
week. Which one do you think is worse?
Oh, last week is way better.
Yeah.
Last week is way better.
Yeah.
but
We
still.
can't talk
Talk
about
about
that
last week.
We're
but
not,
Yeah, last
but-
week is way better.
Men, stop taking unconsented naked photos.
And here's
of
the thing, I am the king of kink.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I love having dirty porn, homemade porn pictures.
too.
It's like, but don't
Videos,
take fucking
everything.
pictures of me when I'm
Unconsensual.
fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
That is,
And
yeah.
here's the other thing. It's like, if you want to take pictures of me when I'm sleeping, I even said, I was like, let me see them. I was like, and some of them, if I actually look sexy in them, okay, then you might be able to keep that one.
But it's 100%
Yeah.
consensual.
Not cool. Yeah.
right?
It's like, it has to be consented. And if you say, hey, you know what gets me off? I like taking, you know what? Okay, if that's your kink, tell me about it ahead of time.
Don't
and
just
if I
fucking do it.
consent to it,
Yeah.
then go ahead.
So I can wear my sleep jewelry.
Yeah, exactly. Let me
I'll wear
put my
my
special clitoral jewelry in
Yeah.
for it, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it. And you know what? Here's the thing too: is like if I send a dirty photo, I assume a man's gonna show his buddies.
Well, and also, I mean, I was even telling this fucker, I go, let me give you the names of the guys that have all these pictures of me. I was like, because it was my idea.
Same. Like I actually have an ex that I had to. The shameful thing I do is like when I'm like, oh, can you delete that stuff after I'm like, we're not seeing each other anymore. That's the part I hate when it's like, can you you know that video we made together that you have on your phone? Can you delete that? And I know they don't, but it's also like I do it for my own little peace of mind. Like,
Right,
at
and
least
you know
I
they're not
said-
going to. Yeah,
no.
Well, the ex that I let come on my face, the little Spider-Man thing, he used to like to watch me fuck other dudes.
Oh.
And he would
Oh.
take pictures of it, and then he would have
So
sex
he
with
was
me
a
afterwards.
cuck.
Yeah, and he would have sex with me
Oh.
afterwards. And he still has all those pictures. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that was hot. I'm like, I got to
Wow.
cheat on him in front of him, and I got to double my pleasure, double my fun. I'm like, bring some more friends, you know?
I have a little bit of a cuck fantasy.
Oh,
A
it was
little
hot.
bit.
It was really hot.
I do.
Do you remember when I was just telling you the little
Yeah.
fantasy I wanted to do with Chris?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle it. Probably end in a cat fight. But
Yeah, where you guys go to a bar and
I was like, why don't we go to a bar and we're going to sit across from each other. We'll take off our wedding rings and like get your Mac on with some chick. I'll get my Mac on with some dude and we'll see like who breaks first and like has to walk over and like cock block. But once we do that, like we have to leave. Be like, sorry, chick, I'm going to go with her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, right.
Because it would probably be me. But then it would probably be me like, who's that ugly bitch? It would probably end in some drama. So I wish I had the confidence to do that. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. And
Maybe
it had to
one
be the
day.
right circumstance.
Yeah.
The right
Yeah.
environment, the right circumstance. And you
Yeah.
know, you're in the
PTs.
yeah.
you're in the perfect town for it.
Exactly.
true.
Whenever I want to do it, I can do it.
Man,
Oh
I
my
just
God.
I don't know. I have a little bit of a cuck fantasy. I like would love to see. I love when a guy tells me how he's fucked another woman in bed. Not recently, but like. Tell me how you used to fuck your ex-girlfriend. Now show me how you used to fuck your ex-girlfriend. If he's telling me like a really hot kinky story while we're having sex, that's where my little bit of a cuck fantasy came in. I don't think I could watch my man have sex with somebody else. But
Yeah.
if he wanted to watch me have sex with somebody else, yeah, maybe.
So one of my ex-boyfriends is 17 years older than me,
Uh-huh.
and he never really got to do very many kinky
Mm-hmm.
things because of his profession. I told him, I was like, let's make a fuck it list for you, and let's, So
like
when
that.
we have sex, because he and I are still friends with benefits, I fly out to see him every once in a while. And so when we have sex, I was like, I want you to pretend like you're fucking a stranger and I'm sitting in a chair watching you fuck her. And because he wants that, and like, so I say that kind of stuff to him while we're having sex. And I was like, you know what? I go, the next time I go see him, I was like, I'm going to take you to a swingers club so you can see what the lifestyle's like. I was like, we don't have to participate, but just, I was
Green
like,
door?
and I told him, I was like, we're going to, well, no, in Texas.
Oh.
I was like, but we're going to fulfill some fantasies for you.
God, I used to go to the Green Door all the time.
But it's like, but because he and I aren't together, it's
Yeah.
like we're going to be able to do more things
Yep.
for him that I don't mind watching. I don't mind swinging. It's like, but if he just wants me, if he and I were together and he just wants me to watch him fuck another chick, if we were together, I don't know if I could necessarily do that depending on the level of how much I love him or
It is.
depending on
Depending on the relationship.
Depending on how strong the relationship is.
Yeah.
If we have a really strong relationship, then I probably wouldn't mind it so much.
Yeah.
I would want to be involved somehow. I'd be like, somebody needs to lick my pussy, you know?
Because he was saying, he goes, I don't want to watch another dick go inside of you. And I go, you don't want to watch another dick go inside of me, but you want to stick your dick in however many women we come across. I'm like, okay, that's cool that we're not together. So
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine by me. Well, we can go out and you can
Yeah.
fuck all these chicks as long as you're wearing a fucking condom.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'll watch. That's fine. I'm like, but it's good that we're not together.
Yeah.
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 Because
like, this
I'm
would-
sorry,
this
because
wouldn't
I would
happen
be
long
needing to
term.
get more dick.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We got to end on some dick energy, guys. Angie, you are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing
I'm
all
like,
your
I could
sexy
keep going.
stories.
Like I said, I've got the bloody nose stories, peeing in a computer chair.
Dude.
and
So
what
you
I
were
could-
just going to have to go for round 2 some
I was
other
gonna
time.
say, we
just
need
have
it-
me on again soon.
We need Angie
anytime.
part 2, and next time we'll be ready for you. Like we always want to like kind of feel out our guests before we
Yeah.
go into some stuff. So we would
Next
have.
time I won't be tired.
Oh, next time
It's going to be
Mellow.
the all
next time I won't be so
orgasm
mellow.
episode.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Angie, you are fucking phenomenal. I would love to see your stand up. So next time you're doing it, we're there. We're front row.
Yes, please,
and
please come.
If you guys want to find more Angie, please tell them where to find you again.
At Crumb Shots, KRUM Shots, all one word on Instagram. Angie KRUM, Angie Crumb, 2 words
All
on
right.
Facebook.
And big sexy dick Armenians, slide on in.
Hockey
Yes.
players, yes.
MMA fighters.
yes.
Anybody likes aggressive sex, you know where to find me.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, girl, that was so fun.
Yes, you guys rock. Catch us every Wednesday.
And for our monthly specialty podcast, please join our Patreon.
You'll get that the last Saturday of every month.
And if you rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, you can be entered into our super sexy monthly giveaway.
And if you want to share your voice on the show, you'll find everything you need to know at keepingitcasualpodcast.com.